Welcome to the Peachtree Morning Show by DCI. It's a wise way to start the day. Hope you enjoy.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to Peachtree Morning Show. Today is May the 27th. It's Wednesday. Wow, it's good to see you both here. Good morning, Gashila, and good evening to you, and then good evening to Raul from Mexico.
Good morning.
Today,
Thank you guys for being on the show.
Thank you for having us again.
So we have a question.
We have a very cool question from Germany, from Hui from Germany. Let's play the question.
Hello, Geshe Michael and everyone. My name is Hui and greetings from Düsseldorf, Germany. My question to you is, what kind of seed do I plant if I say no to other person in pursuit of a truthful life? It may seem healthier to just say no or to say my truthful opinion, but this may upset the other person. It would be great if you can clarify this to me. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Okay, that's a good one.
This is a good one. What do you think, Ashla?
Well, I always have this example, let's say, in the DCI system, we like to help the older people. It's an important part of the DCI system to help the older people who need help. And so I have a lady that I like to help. And sometimes I will go to visit her, and she will wear a dress, which is actually, I think it looks a little bit, of course, it looks old-fashioned. It was modern about 50 years ago. And so she will ask me, do you like my dress? She called me Mike, Mike, do you like my dress? And then I have the same problem as Hui, I have the same problem, like we are supposed to always tell the truth because it's a very bad habit and it's a very bad seed not to tell the truth. But if I tell the truth, then it will hurt this person's feelings. And then, my habit is to change the subject. Or I would say, your shoes look very good, And then lately, some friends of mine, they said, Geshe Michael, when you don't want to give an answer, you just change the subject. And that also doesn't feel honest to us. Some friends of mine said, when you change the subject, in a way, you are also lying because the person asked you a question and you are not answering the question directly. You are changing the subject. So maybe it feels more gentle, but it doesn't feel more honest. So I'm also having this problem as Hui. I'm having the same problem. What do you guys think?
Well, from my part, here in Mexico, it's a cultural thing. It's very difficult to say no because it is considered to be very rude if you say no to someone that is asking you something. Yeah. So it's a complicated subject also. And as you were telling before, when you start to study these principles and to apply them, you're supposed to tell the truth and you're supposed to say no, even though you may know that it is considered rude. So that made me think of a situation that you cannot win, because if you choose to say no and speak truthfully, you might hurt someone. And on the other hand, if you choose to say yes, just because you don't want to hurt someone, then you're not speaking truthfully. So it's a deal you cannot win. So that made me think of something that we call the skillful means. We have to find a way. I like to push my mind to find a creative way to achieve both of the goals. Yeah, to say truthfully and say no if I have to say no, but also find a way to say it and don't have a bad impact on the other person.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think, Ella? What do you like to do in this situation?
I also think the Chinese share the same culture as Mexico. We don't have the culture to say no. Actually, we feel very uncomfortable to say no to people because that mean in our culture that means to reject people. You don't feel happy when you reject somebody. But I think in our life, especially when we are parents, we usually need to say no. And in work, in business work, sometimes when you make decisions, you also need to say no. And then I think if we take it not as a rejection itself, but we think why we say no, I think this is the point that we need to focus on. Just why you need to say no to this person. Is that you want to reject him or want to make him feel not comfortable, or you want to just help him more? I think if we can go back to why we say no, then I think it's no matter whether it is a no or yes, it can help these people. But if we don't have the intention that maybe a yes, maybe it still cannot help these people. Or maybe even when you say yes, you still make these people feel bad.
I have a very strange proposal, okay? So I'm thinking about Hui. I don't know her, I never met her before. But I'm thinking, this woman, she has an interesting problem. She doesn't want to hurt the other person, but she also wants to tell the truth. And because she thinks, which way can I plant a good seed, okay? Mm-hmm. And I have a strange suggestion for everybody. I think her confusion that she doesn't know to say no, or she doesn't know to hurt the other person, that she cannot make a choice. I think that plants a very good seed. I think it's a very good seed that she's thinking about not planting the bad seed. You see, I think this problem she has, Hui's problem, is a very good seed. If Hui, if you are not a good person, if you are not a nice person, you will just lie. You won't have any problem about it, And I think it's a very sweet, good seed. Sometimes in life, when you have an ethical question or you have a moral question, and not all moral question has a good answer. Not all moral question has a clear answer. It's not yes or no. And I think that you are concerned, or that you feel conflict in your heart, that you don't know the correct way. I think that's planting a very good seed. How about that?
I like that. It's a very interesting way to see it, because that's correct. If you are not worried about planting good seeds, then you will just either lie or hurt the other people. You wouldn't care. Yeah. It's a good one. And I was thinking that maybe a way, now that we are worried about that, maybe a good way to attack the problem is to loathe the stapler, right? And just make the habit of caring about people, caring about their feelings and their thoughts. Sorry about that. We're stuck here in home with the pets also. Sorry about that.
I love pets. I will take one. I will take one.
Sorry about that. Okay. So what I was saying is to load the stapler and be caring of people around you all the time, so you can accumulate lots of seeds of taking care of people. Yeah. And that way, when you say no to someone, you will have the seed ripen of not hurting that people. Yeah. So that will be something that I will do.
Yeah. What's the seed, Ella, that someone put you in a difficult situation? You see? So who put you in this situation? Who put you in this difficult situation? And what seed put you in the difficult situation?
Yeah, I think the similar C, I guess. Like yeah, maybe I put others in also the difficult situation. Or I think
Yeah.
it's also when we are asking something from somebody, if we can figure out that maybe it's quite difficult for them to say no also, and then we will not ask, or we will like think of another way to communicate. Just give them the chance to say no also,
Yeah.
or give them the chance to think it over. I think by also doing that, to care about the people in this way, I think also we will not be always be put in such difficult situation.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a cool idea. That's a cool idea. Rao, you have anything more?
Yeah, I also think that's a cool idea because you can tell when people want to tell you no, but doesn't tell you no. So you're realizing that maybe you can say, oh, you're about to say no, so let's go to find another option. And you release that person from that load.
Yeah, yeah. That's very, very cool.
Yeah,
So you can tell the person they want to say no to
yeah,
what you ask them, but then they feel like they have to say yes. But to give them the freedom
yeah,
to say no, it's okay if you say no, you know. Or I think you can tell from people's body language, or you can tell from how their eyes are moving that they want to say no. And so, yeah, that's cool. Ella, how's the time?
I think
I have the time. We are 2 minutes from the 15-minute mark, so
Oh, okay. So we have some more time.
we can go deeper.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How to go deeper?
About telling the truth, I think no matter whether you want to say yes or want to say no, there always a truth behind. And
Yeah,
I remember Hui also mentioned to live a truthful life.
yeah,
So how can we live a truthful life, and also caring about the people around us?
yeah. You know, I have many students around the world, and you know, I I have one problem as a teacher. I have a problem, and that's I want people to like me. You know, it's very important to me that people will like me. But sometimes the person is doing something wrong, or you know, I should be like Ella to her son. You know, sometimes you have to say no. You have to say no. You cannot go to the party tonight, or you know, something like that. And I have trouble to say no because I want people to like me. So I think sometimes you should check why are you afraid to say no. You know, maybe it's better, maybe it will help the other person if you say no, even they get upset, even if they get upset, it will help them. You know, if you say no, you cannot go to the party, I don't like that boy, you know, I think it will be bad for you. And of course the son will be upset, but I think if you have a higher motivation, you want to help your son. And then I think you have to be a little bit tough, and you have to say, okay, I know you're upset at me tonight, and when you become a parent yourself, you will understand. So,
Yeah,
Totally understand. But I think just it's the difference between be tough and be real tough or pretend to be tough, right?
yeah, whoa. Wow. Do you ever have to pretend to be tough with your voice?
yeah. I usually try to pretend to be tough, and I realize that I'm being tough, really. So I have to work on that because I don't want the bad seat. But it brings me back to motivation. Yeah, we're not tough to them because we want to hurt them. We're tough to them because we want them to be safe, or we want them to grow.
Yeah.
So it brings me back to motivation. So it's very important in everything we do, but in this question, it takes a special importance.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Hui, so we're telling Hui she has to think of what's her motivation to say no. Maybe she's
Yeah,
trying to stop the other person.
yeah, I think we should. So we're in the mark of the 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's give Hui some practical like conclusion for the suggestions. I think, just the first is that like when we are giving the no or yes, we should to look at our motivation, and
Yeah.
also we need to allow others to say no, just to
Oh, no.
care about the people around us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what else, Rahul?
I will suggest to push our mind to find those skillful means to obtain both benefits, to stay truthful and take care of the other person. So it's not easy, but we can do it. We can do it. Yeah, and also load the stapler, make the habit of taking care of people. And so when you say no, you won't hurt anybody.
Yeah, yeah. I also think in a worldly way, you can say no, and then you can try to make it softer. So you can keep honesty. You can tell what you really think, and then you can say some more things to try to make the person feel better when you say no. Sometimes I like to find another thing I can give the person. Like if they say to me, Gesla, can I have a cookie? And I think they already have diabetes or something, then I'll say, no, you shouldn't have a cookie. But look, I have this other thing. You will really like it, And so probably you guys do that all the time because you are parents, right?
Yeah, you have to negotiate.
You have to negotiate. You guys have a question for the
For tomorrow.
Yeah, and
Do-
I also would like to ask like Hui to do coffee meditation on you asking these wonderful questions, because you really
it's a
care
very,
about people, so that you will ask this question, and then I think it also help us a lot. Thank you.
that's a very sensitive question.
Yeah.
And then the question for tomorrow, wow, is coming from Anija from the Latvia.
Yeah.
Yeah, Latvia. Wow, it's also beautiful.
Julia, and I'm from Latvia. My question is about death.
Wow.
I know it's something inevitable, but if the pen is right, and if I'm responsible for everything that happens to me, how am I responsible when a family member or a relative or a friend passes away? What seeds have caused this to happen in that given moment? Thank you.
Wow, super deep question. Super, super deep question.
You have a great question for tomorrow for Brian and Anna.
Yeah, I think I have to go to bed early so I can give a good answer. But thank you. And it's cool to have a question from Latvia. It's very cool. Yeah. Okay, thank you guys. I see you on Friday.
Yeah, see you on Friday, Geshe-la.
Friday.
Okay, thank
See you
you.
all guys on Friday.
Thank you for coming.
Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Thanks for watching today's Peachtree Morning Show. See you next time.